Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Playing in the hardcore Legacy solo self-found league. As a Deadeye, we just completed Cruel, so we are double a Deadeye. And we're now in a Merciless Act 1. And of course, with Merciless comes a penalty to our resistances. So I had to tweak some gear. The Prism Weave belt that really boosted our damage, I replaced it with a rare. A while ago I found this cloth belt that had some life on it. It had decent dual resists, elemental damage with weapon bonus. It was a cloth belt, so the base type of course increased stun and block recovery. It's not that great. I would rather have something else, so I figured no, I'll craft a fire resistance on it and try to corrupt it, see if we can get maybe something else on the implicit. Alas, it simply got corrupted and nothing got altered, but it was enough to get all of our resistances maxed out on Merciless, with of course the exception being a Chaos, which is at a very bright and shiny negative 60%. This belt gives us 45 to life, which translates to a whole 100 on our actual life. So now we're boosting our life by a fair amount. So this should help us stay alive for a while longer. We are today running with an extra rogue exile, a shrine and a strongbox in every area. And the shrine is gonna give us a bonus effect and last for a little bit longer. Other than that, we're still going to be basically in a pretty generic area. Pick these mods because I still want the achievements for them. There is still one rogue exile that I need, still one kind of strongbox that I need to open, and there's still one kind of shrine I need to touch. And of course, it might be that it was simply because of Cruel that there was just a limitation on what I could find. Now that we're on Merciless, I think all types should be unlocked. Well, maybe there's some that are map specific, but we'll see those. There's some shrouded ones up there, some regular rares down here. Oi, that's a really hasty ghost. But it's running away from all the things that it could possess. Of course, in Cruel we ascended and now we have an extra arrow. So I'm using Cold Penetration as my standard attack and there's no more or lesser multiple projectiles. 3 arrows feels like enough while playing through. So our previous boss killer setup is now a leveling setup. And goodbye, Screaming Lady. Ignites you when activated. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh no, I'm burning, I'm burning. And we got a whole scroll of wisdom. Probably says something along the lines of don't set yourself on fire. Well, having arrived on Merciless, maps are pretty darn close. We're level 66. That means that the tier 1 maps are level 68. So in terms of level, we're almost there. In terms of gear though, I'm not entirely sure. Before entering maps, I would prefer to have at least positive chaos resistance. That's gonna be a nice thing to have, just so we don't take extra damage from the spiders and things like that. Or from poison maps or whatever else the game could throw at us. But especially the spiders, because they are a pretty reliable feature. There's a lot of spider bosses and things like that. Heck, the Jungle Valley tier 1 map has a spider boss. So if you go into maps and you don't have chaos resistance, then Jungle Valley could already be your ticket back to standard. And I'd rather not. Would prefer to keep this character alive for at least the majority of the league. Hopefully even until the beta starts, whenever it starts. And as far as I know, there's still no official start date for the beta. So that means we'll just have to keep this character alive for a while longer. But so far so good. The interesting thing is that our damage dropped down from 6100 to 54, so we only lost 10% of our total damage output. Where before the total damage contribution of Prism Weave was actually a lot more. I think it was closer to 20% or 25%. So we have added some damage boosting features over time, making this build slightly less important, which is good, because that means it's less punishing to replace it. And I've remarked upon it before, but we were sporting quite a few unique items. And if you have a lot of uniques, then getting your resists and your life in order is one of the challenges that you'll face, because that's often the thing they don't give you. And we'll just take a step back, don't get exploded upon. And there we are. Extra sockets, and therefore we get currency. Brutal Shrine, sure. We still need one more of the seashells. So that's gonna be over there, yep. It's the only logical place where it could still be. So the topic of the frost wall. I still haven't made up my mind whether I like it or not. I'm gonna stick with it for a while, but it might get replaced. I mean, here it applied at a distance. That's fine. That's exactly the way it's supposed to happen. But if it applies nearby, then it's more of a hindrance. Similarly, in small arenas with boss fights, not entirely sure if it's a feature to have it or not. So alternatively, I could put another gem in there. No, a red or a blue. A blue would be nice because it's just the same color. Red one is also pretty easy to roll. Double green, double red on pure strength foot is gonna be about as tricky as the current combination was. Let's see, jeweler's box. Rogue Exile explodes for coins. Just take a step backwards then. Don't get exploded upon. Ulysses Morvant. Looks like a shadow who teleports. Ooh, that's arcane. That's an arcane trickster. Or a shadowcaster. But that's the arcane skin for Essence Drain, I think. All blue, not purple. Well. Question is, are we gonna find the side area or the exit first? It's always the most exciting part of this entire cave. What am I going to find first? Okay. Going down, that implies flooded depths. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be consuming our final charge of the Rogue Exile stone here. So before we go to the ledge, we need to go up and grab ourselves a couple more stones. So far, no leak stones. Or was that the cue to drop one? There, buddy. So we actually killed something that was standing over here that dropped the chance orb from about 2 screens to the top. Archers, they have a long reach. It's rather scary actually. Okay, that's of course a dead end. Let's see, maybe we just have to cross over here. I like the pierce. There was a enemies or allies cannot die kind of thing. Okay, so next is going to be invasion bosses, and they will be guarded by 2 magic packs. So we get an invader boss, we got 2 magic packs. I think the invader always has their own pack as well, so this could get pretty hilarious, pretty dangerous, pretty fast. So we're being stalked by a crustacean sniper, who wasn't sneaky enough. Oh, there's a shadow archer dude with the blast ring. Oira Ona. No, archer dude that, I have no idea. They rarely leave you time enough to closely look at how they look, and the name Oira Ona could go either way. The blast rain using a rogue exile. Not a rogue exile. Waha! Oh, Jonah Unchained. Yes, you stay on that side of the frost wall. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see. Yeah. Trying to once again untrain myself from picking up every single. Ooh, nice. Every single last rare item I find, because I'm doing okay in terms of orbs of alteration. So I'm basically only trying to pick up items that are either directly useful for my build, or, well, actually, the Chrono Ladder, that's a downgrade, isn't it? Yeah, strictly downgrade. Oh, either directly useful or something that I can just sell without identifying, just to make it easy to deal with. But we're gonna get an extra skill point here that is rather useful. So just hoping that this more elaborate route actually is just another way back, but I think this is just a split that I can't get around. That's unfortunate. Right. Then we're just gonna go back where we came from. And teleportation skills are awesome. Might have mentioned that once or twice before. They just allow you to travel across areas that normally you wouldn't have been able to. So, yeah, we are stocked up, that's good. Wait, we can move forward. Once we find the bridge, we can go on. And there is the bridge over here. Excellent. Bridge always marks the way out. But of course doesn't help you not get stuck in dead-end corners. See, I'm currently level 66, closing in on 67. This is a 56 area, so yes, I am massively overleveled. Side effect, of course, of running Dried Lake and other areas looking for prophecies. Or trying to basically resolve prophecies. That's maybe a better way to look at it. Clear my prophecy log so I can pick up more prophecies in the hopes of getting a fated unique prophecy. Well, yeah, the Cruel Prophecy adventures didn't really turn out to be all that successful. So my next attempt is going to be, once I hit Act 4 again on Merciless, that's when I'm going to burn through at least the 40 or so coins that I've currently got, plus or whatever number of coins I'm going to still pick up on my way from here to there. Ooh, magic monsters and 4 additional items. That's good. There you are. Transportation, so effectively we made a small loss on this one. 2 currency in, 1 currency out. But well, those times where you make a pretty good deal on them is of course where it all evens out. One of the upside of course of being overleveled is that you can generally just clear things pretty quickly. Technically I could start running through areas more racing style, but yeah, that's not a style I'm completely confident with. It just goes too fast for me basically.
I've traveled inland.
Okay, let's empty our pockets here. Let's see. Decent life roll, a little bit of evasion, but 2 really poor resistance rolls. 10% chaos resistance, but that's also, and a little bit of fist damage, but that's the best there is to say about it. And this one doesn't even have movement speed to make it worth considering replacing our unique. Book of Skill. So we are currently on our way to the Art of the Gladiator, and this one actually gets it for us. So currently our movement speed is plus 14. We should get a little bit because we start to ignore movement speed penalties. And our offensive ability, our attack chance should go up. We're currently at 90% rated. So let's have a look. Becomes 91. And our movement speed went from 14 to 17. That's a small, modest increase in speed. Still nothing truly stellar. But then again, we are not really focusing on the movement speed anyway. At some point I might decide to drop the windscreens for a 30% movement speed in boots and either get dual cursors from somewhere else or see if we can do with just the frostbite alone. It's gonna result in less critting. But yeah, we'll see. Not going for a dual curse of course means we free up 1 socket in our frenzy loop, so we could potentially run the frenzy. Oh, that's pretty quick actually, 2 pretty quickly in a row. But we could be running frenzy with power charge on crit, for example, as a generator for that. Currently we need a 5 link to do that. Hey, Konu, Maker of Wind. That is the last of the Val bosses I still need it. Excellent. That gets me to, I believe, 13 challenge points. And here, more life is life. La 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 la. Challenges, let's have a look. Yeah, we are just 1 beyond. It's so annoying. Why don't they show a number? On the left here, they could just show the number of how many you have. Instead, you have to decipher how many pixels it is to the right of the unlock thing here, or you need to count green check marks. Or, no, it's you just in local, you type test or something, and then you look at the number in front of your name. But the most obvious place, why isn't it being shown there? It's... I sometimes I just don't get the thought patterns of the interface designers at Grinding Gear Games. I just don't get it. Some of those things they seem like such obvious things. So well, of course, when they are not there, then the conclusion is those are not obvious things. No, that could be a conclusion. Maybe I'm thinking things are obvious while they're completely not obvious. or there's a good reason for why it's not there. There's those little things. Now, similarly with things like league rankings. You currently, if you want to know your own league ranking in any league that you're playing, and if you're not in the top 10, then the /league command in chat doesn't really help you. Of course, we're next to an exit. That's why we got the shrine. So let's pick up breach. Interesting. Players deal 75% increased damage to breach monsters, take 10% reduced damage from breach monsters. I'm actually gonna bring that one. Oh, if I'm gonna do a breach, might as well do that one. Okay, so let's have a look at the challenges. Bloodlines. There's still 3 types of bloodlines I need. Necrovigil, Static Pulse Blood, and Void Spawns of Abaxoth. Ooh, which reminds me. I have been holding on to this one for a while. Bloodlines. The next area will contain a Void Spawn of Abaxoth bloodline. So you are gonna get a pack of bloodlines that when you kill them, a unique demon is gonna pop out. But I don't want to combine that with a... My ideal setup for that was Beyond. Bloodlines with Abaxoth. And then Domination with multiple shrines. So there's going to be lots of concentrations of mobs. Strong boxes would be a similar kind of deal, of course. Or breaches, but Beyond combined with breaches is what killed my last character. So let's say I'm not very eager to do that combination anytime soon. But if we're going to do breaches, if we're going to do invasion, then I want something that's a little bit more chilled out to combine with that. Rogue Exile, double Rogue Exile. Embezzling Tormented Spirit, that could also be fun. Combines maybe a bit too aggressively with Invader Boss. Let's go with the Rogue Exile. That's a nice vanilla add-on.
Can I help?
I'll just put these away, stash a couple of these, and then go down again. And it was the portal. So let's see if we can at least make it to the prison in one go. Okay, so we're gonna get Invasion Boss with 2 magic packs. We're gonna get 3 breaches and a Rogue Exile. Rogue Exile is arguably the least exciting part of that, but well, they're still fun. Okay, there's some blue stuff happening. We have a glass wall as a special boss there. Okay, so that is the invader boss taken care of. Just murder him from a distance. Oh, we have an Elrion over here. Another breach thing. I just realized that if we get a Chayula breach, then that's gonna be pretty horrendous. The other ones, I could probably do it, but Chayula is gonna be pretty horrendous. So why again did I think this was a good idea? Because we take less damage from them and we do more damage to the mobs. That was why this was a good idea. All the portals being on the other side, this is actually not a bad space to set myself up. Just trying to keep the what's it called? The decoy totem up here. Works rather well. Horror Archon up, and we still got over. I think he popped up at 24 seconds. That's to record speed this. Normally he pops in like the last 5 or so seconds. Oh, that was rather murderous, and we got ourselves an Enlighten. That's it's a drop only kind of gem. Doesn't do anything, but if you level it up, it does stuff. I never actually managed to get the more than 200 million needed to just get it to level 2, and it actually goes to level 3. These are gems for people that have a lot more time to spend on the game than I have. Okay. So let's go back to the first breach over here. And not show items, and then let's do this. Let's try to keep the decoy totem up. It works pretty well. Okay, that's a reflector. Oh, let's not hit those buttons. And that was the end. I have to say, happened pretty well. For the first breach with this character, I think that went pretty well. I especially liked how in the beginning I could just set up back against the wall and just shoot stuff and just clear a wide arc around me here. Of course, a combination of Pierce with high damage and the AoE explosion, it's pretty brutal when you are a monster. So let's see if that if we can repeat that again. So for good order, we're doing more damage. We take less damage from the breaches. So in another map or another area or with another breach stone, that's of course not going to be as easy as that. Ooh, shooters. For additional items, random curse. And nothing truly exciting. Well, could maybe enchant a ring or so. So is there a nice spot to set up that's difficult for mobs to get at me? Maybe this. Then I have a decent field of view, and if needed I could retreat through here. And seems like it's more difficult to get flanked there. Oh, on the toll, that's all physical. Okay, it's opening up the other way. Let's just... Okay, come on, mister. Yes, please. Die. Wow. Pretty brutal how that went. But once again, doing a boatload of damage. No, all fairness, something to definitely keep in mind. 11 levels above the area, and I'm doing 75% more damage, taking 10% less damage, so if this would have been an issue, then of course I would probably have had a problem with any real content later on. But still. Hey! Monsters reflect 10% physical damage and poison on hit. Poison on hit is basically a good reason to not get hit. Other than that, the fist reflect is not gonna be an issue for me, because I don't deal physical damage. find that the swirlies and in combination with those snakes, the serpentine constructs, it's treacherous. They have similar movement patterns. Hey, Oirona, that's a rogue exile stuck in here. Cool. But yeah, those snakes, their movement patterns, they're similar to the chaos swirlies in the sky. It's almost like they're like it's a camouflage of sorts. Okay, that's the Sunburst Queen, I think. Oh no, Shiak, Maker of Floods. Well, we flooded him, so that worked. And then we get sacrifice at noon, and that was it. Okay, onwards to the third of the bridges. Can't hurt if it's in a bubble. Congealed blood. Normally that only triggers with a prophecy, I think. Interesting. Dina Loreni. Oh, yeah. Note to self. Don't stand in toxic clouds. They hurt. Just double checking that there... First of all, we have a waypoint here, but that there's no breaches here. Because if we're gonna get 3 breaches, we might as well do all of them. Iron Point of Forsaken. He never even got to shoot once. He just got frozen on the first hit and just remained frozen afterwards. Well, it's the build working as intended, so can't complain. We get the form, there you go. 2 shots. Boom. Might as well just clear this a little bit. Okay. 1 whole rock breaker. That's it. So from here on out it's gonna radiate, gonna go up, down. We'll just follow it up, I think. Looks off, nice. Works pretty well actually, just shattering those rares. Okay, need more enemies. I need more enemies. I'm sure they'll oblige me for a future breach. Then there'll be like 24 Sayula rares. Like, you wanted more enemies, right? Well, we're happy to oblige. So, yeah. It's all falls under the header of be really careful what you wish for. Oh, and that's it. We have reached prison. So we'll just unsocket these Legacystones and move onwards. I mean, I've been going on for more than half an hour. That's a bit long for Path of Exile, but of course, if we get 3 breaches and a whole bunch of fun stuff, then we kind of have to do that. So that's the first part of Act 1 in Merciless. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time when we go after the Warden and after Mervale. Bye bye.